Guys, we've got Coach Bohl here. We'll put a mic on him and then we'll get started.
Okay, first of all, we knew it was going to be a close ball game. Came down to one possession there. There's certainly some things that we did better in the game, but we weren't big enough to meet the moment. San Jose's a good football team. I think they're disappointed coming from a Mountain West Conference championship last year. I talked to their head coach before the game, but their players played hard. I thought their quarterback made some spectacular running plays, and we knew he was going to be a weapon. We're really disappointed, but I thought our guys' effort as far as staying in the fight and believing, our defense came up with a stop. We certainly didn't protect the passer very well, although defensive linemen typically know you're gonna throw the ball a bunch there at the end. But back and forth during the course of a game, and we've got to get better. There's some positive things out of this game, but nonetheless, we came up with a loss. So questions.
Ryan, go ahead and start us off.
Craig, obviously, X got loose today. The running game got going. Levi had a couple touchdowns. Is this something you can build off, or is it just the disappointment of losing 4 in a row is something you got to just get the guys motivated again and keep their heads up?
Well, I really appreciate that. I addressed that in the locker room because, the thing that we had fight, and we did make some progress. I mean, their defensive front's a good front. They've got some good skill players, and we need to we can't commiserate about the loss. Certainly, we've got to improve, and like I said, talk about some things where we need to be big enough to meet the moments. But the effort and the resolve is there. I've got to coach them up better. Got to encourage them a little bit more. And then put ourselves in better position. I think sometimes we'll look at the tape and we'll gnash our teeth because of some lack of execution here or there. But by and large, I thought our guys played hard. They're a good team. I knew they were going to be difficult to beat here. And we're going to encourage them. We got a big game this next week. And I think we all know how big a game that is. And so we'll hop on this plane, get back home, lick our wounds, and get ready to play Colorado State.
Cody, go ahead.
Craig, what did you think of Levi's performance today, and is he your quarterback going forward?
Mm-hmm. I always look at the tape, Cody. There's some things I thought that Levi did well to maybe not the naked eye. There were some things within the running game that he put us in and out of some really good plays, some really good decisions. I thought he ran the ball hard. He made it, obviously threw the deep ball really well. I think certainly the short passing game needs to improve. I don't know what our numbers were. I know we had 400 yards offense, but, I think some of the intermediate passing game has got to improve, and we'll work on that. And so, we made a predetermined decision to play him. I wanted him to have the confidence that, he wasn't going to, get replaced. But, the interceptions are not only drive killers, but it's very difficult to beat teams on the road by doing that. He's got to learn from that, and I'm sure he will.
Josh, go ahead.
The offense got started off slow, then really got going there in the second half. It seemed like. What was your guys' biggest adjustment on the offensive side at halftime?
Mm-hmm. Well, we made a couple things in the inside running game. We really got that going, and I know, maybe some teams would have gotten away from the run, but that was going to be our big advantage, and it was proving to be very successful. I thought their defensive linemen's pads got high. We were starting to knock people off the line of scrimmage, and the backs were finding some holes. We made a couple slight adjustments, but more than anything else, just staying diligent and staying with the running game was going to give us our best chance to win.
Cody, go ahead.
Greg, it seems like you guys really got it going a little bit when you went up tempo. Is that an answer for this offense? And I don't know if you didn't forget, or you're just not going to say if Levi is the quarterback going forward.
Well, I purposely avoided that question. I'm going to be frank with you. I want to look at the tape before we go. I think so. I'll stand on that. I can understand why you asked that. Understand why I gave you the answer I did. as far as the up tempo, what did occur there was we were able to begin to dent them in the running game. And when we were able to not substitute and go right back to the line of scrimmage, we had softened that front up. They couldn't substitute. And that's what really gave us some ability. I think there's times that it can be good, but what really made it successful was I thought that, our pad level was lower than their pad level, and that allowed us to get some gains. And so I'm cautious to say, okay, we're going to be a, upbeat, fast tempo team, if you're not being able to do something successful. And so it was good. It worked. I think it did give us a shot to win, and it was not enough.
Ryan, go ahead.
All right, it says I have low bandwidth, so I'll give it a shot, Craig. The defense gave you guys a chance with some stops there, but gave up the long touchdown, obviously on 3rd and long, and didn't get a turnover. Just your assessment of their play.
Mm-hmm. I thought there were times during this game, Ryan, that we played pretty well because I think San Jose's got some skilled players, but we were off. There was some missed assignments, certainly some tackling was not where it needed to be. I think there was some schematics that we had to make some adjustments on, but not near as consistent as what we had played on defense. And so I'll look at the tape, but from my vantage point on the sideline, and then just the output had not been where it had been. I think we need to credit San Jose some, but we certainly can play better on defense.
Go ahead.
Craig, I don't know, morale is the right word or not, but what is it like in the locker room right now? The guys still up?
To say they're up, Cody, I think would be a real misjudgment. I mean, they're really disappointed. They're hurting. And that's not only young people, but that's coaches as well. If this game doesn't disappoint you, then you're really not much of a competitor. However, my sense, if you're saying, okay, is this football team going to get so down that they're not going to come out and fight? Like, I thought we played hard today. We can play smarter. And I'm confident that we'll do that. But once again, that's all part of our leadership group. It's all part of my role as a head football coach that, we take 24 hours, we methodically go through this tape and then get ourselves ready to play the Rams.
All right, guys, you got any more questions for Coach?